Oh, God, liberals are so fucking stupid. All right, let's continue.
The face in Istanbul, but with a gulf still between them. The setup for the latest peace talks serving to emphasise just how far apart the two sides are. Ukraine's delegation was again dressed in military fatigues. The Russians were in suits. While both sides wore stony faces, there is clearly no love lost. The talks ended after barely an hour. The only concrete outcome, another prisoner swap and the return of dead soldiers, even though the plan was to discuss each side's blueprint for peace.
A few days ago, we shared our documents with Russian side, but there has been no communication from them regarding their document until today. Only during the discussion today, Russians handed over its document to our delegation. Our teams will take a week to review the documents, and then we can coordinate further steps.
Russia's document reportedly reiterates its maximalist demands, including neutrality for Ukraine, the lifting of sanctions.
Yes, bro, Turkey literally is the table. Turkey is the table, okay? Not just at the table, is the fucking table.
And recognition of its territorial claims.
The memorandum is quite detailed, worked out on our part. That is why the Ukrainian side decided to study it. They will study it. They will respond. We'll see.
The talks were overshadowed by Sunday's unprecedented attack. Ukrainian drones on Russian bombers thousands of miles from the border. This drone attack was humiliating for Russia and will undoubtedly prompt...
Oh no, they're gonna fucking put... Okay, I misread. I misread the situation, chat. I feel like liberals are gonna be like, well, this is it. They're winning now. They're fucking winning now. They're gonna be like, no, nuke the fucking ceasefire negotiations, actually. Come on, Trump. Come on, Trump. Don't do the ceasefire, please. Please, just one more lane on the highway and just one more howitzer, okay? And any day now, Ukraine will fucking turn around and start drafting 18-year-olds, and we will be able to eventually destroy the Russian orcs or whatever the fuck. Holy shit. They're unironically acting like gamblers. Can't quit on a hot streak. Can't quit while you're losing either. Yeah, except America is gambling with someone else's money. The money in this process is Ukrainian lives. It's not American lives. And America also doesn't give a shit about American lives either. Let's be real.
...a response. Now, the Kremlin hasn't said what that might be, but plenty of hardliners have been offering their thoughts, with some even calling for a nuclear attack on Ukraine as retaliation. Not the kind of rhetoric you'd associate with a country that claims to want peace. But on Russian state TV, there was no mention of the attack ahead of the talks. Moscow's keen to play down its impact. And on the streets of the capital, opinions are split over its significance.
I think it's exaggerated because these planes are very old and hardly anyone needs them. Besides, they're firing from submarines.
I think there should have been a response already yesterday, and it should have been quite harsh.
So despite the talk of peace, the mood is one of war, and a full ceasefire still feels like a long way off. Ivor Bennett, Sky News, Moscow.